Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Horath and we are playing Hearts of Iron 4 on veteran difficulty as the German. Yeah, we're playing the German Reich and we're moving forward with our evil plans. We are building units over here. This could actually go a little bit faster. We researched the Panzer III, which we're currently building, medium tank. That is pretty good. And we're also pushing our industrial capacity. As soon as this stack is full, I'm going to stop building civilian factories, and then we're going to use, I think, 2 of them to build military factories and 1 to continuously build synthetic refineries until everything is full of them. We can only build 1 per state at the moment, but it's definitely something that needs to happen. So we're going to do that. And yeah, we're doing the industrial efforts too as a focus, which will give us another 6 civilian factories, and that is not inconsiderable. That will push this up to 9, and then we get 2 more, so 10, 11. We're not that far off from changing from building civilian stuff to building factories, and we'll need it. We're still not training any sort of panzers. We have 1 very small panzer army down here, and I want at least 3 of them, because we got a lot of good panzer commanders, so that's definitely something that needs to happen. But for the moment we're content. We're pushing our manpower so that we can do the Anschluss. I'm going to go ahead and put in some more units. Ooh, Hindenburg disaster. German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock at the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. For reasons not yet determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35 lives. Due to the scarcity and expense of helium and the US ban on exporting it, the Hindenburg, like all German passenger airships, was ultimately engineered to use hydrogen, which provides greater lift but is also flammable. With public faith shaken by this disaster and the rise of much faster passenger aircraft, this could spell the end of the era of airships. Oh, the humanity! Yeah, building these things. Are these guys regulars now? Or some of them? I guess I'm gonna pull out the regulars. They don't really need to waste our resources anymore. They're not going to profit from it. So we're going to unassign these units and we're going to assign them to, yeah, I think Heeresgruppe Ost is alright. Should we send them over here to enhance these guys? Not quite sure if we're going to strike against Poland, but I think it's sort of a must. The other thing that I would like to do, if we can destroy the Czechoslovakia, then I could move directly against Romania, which would actually give me some very useful oil. And I'm just going to give them to the Heeresgruppe Ost, although West could need some units too. I could use some of them. I'm going to give these 5 guys to West. Ah, crap. Okay, come on. Yeah, like that. What? Okay, we need another battle plan. Okay, I'm gonna have the 5 divisions over there. I guess I have to make a new one. Get rid of that. Make a new front line. No, 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 stop that. Destroy that. Give me the whole army. Make a new front line. Assign all of them. And then we want the planning bonus as well, I guess. So we're just gonna make some sort of an offensive line. It's not really something that we want. I'm just gonna make a fake line over here. It's not really a problem. We won't be able to get through this anyway. Cannot draw the front line here. Why not? Why not? Oh no, I want the offensive line. Okay, sorry about that. Let's do it like that. I'm just for the planning bonus. I don't really want them to move because they're just gonna die against the Maginot line. But they're gonna build up the planning bonus, which is going to help these guys hold out a little longer. They're basically here to stop the French from getting into our land. Oh! And they even have some panzers in there. How cute. Oh well. Yeah, we still don't have a template for our medium panzers. That's fine though. We can live with it. But it looks like I have to change a bit here. We are down on infantry equipment, so I gotta remedy that. Actually, not using these guys. Let's do that. Let's. Yeah, I think this should be happening. Why are we so low on production efficiency here? I don't quite understand that. It should be rather high. Or maybe that is something that I just did. I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but alright. We're gonna wait. Oh, well, we don't really have to wait. We're gonna send these guys to work as fast as we can with the improved machine tools. Because we want better light panzers. Alright, very good. By the way, you don't necessarily have to send them out right away. Your research stuff can store 30 days of research before it actually starts going to waste, so you don't have to frantically click that as soon as it's got researched something else. I would like to push the production efficiency cap, but it's kind of a waste, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go for these guys. Yes, it's a huge time investment, but it's really going to pay off if we can get them early enough. 500 days, it's a little over a year, 1.5 years, so 39 we'll be able to build Leopards and Panzers for. I don't think I can bring that down any further. I don't have the political power for it either, so we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna F it. It's alright. And then we're gonna wait for this, and we're gonna send them to Panzer IV. And as soon as we got these, we'll start churning out stuff as fast as we can. That's basically what needs to happen. How is the deployment going over here? What are we missing? Infantry equipment still. Well, we should get better. We should definitely get better. Come on. What are we overproducing? I don't think we need that much artillery. I mean, the support equipment is good to have in store. Shouldn't really let that have that lying around. Are we building submarines? I'm not gonna go for always build submarines. The destroyers, well, don't really care that much for destroyers, and the deployment can be auto. That's fine. I have to fine-tune this a bit, so let's go down to the towed artillery. We don't need that much. Maybe bring these guys down a bit. Well, maybe not that much. Do something like that. Oh yeah, the other tech finish. That is why we have that red bar now. Very good though. I like it. We need to we need another 5% to just make up for the veteran difficulty. But oh well. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. We're hankering for the political power. But I needed that because taking off 10% research time is actually gonna be a huge boon to us. Come on! I'm waiting for this to happen. More construction speed. It's gonna be great. and we need it. We really need to build up, and we need to switch to military factories as soon as we can. Okay, very good. So construction speed plus 10%. Going for that now might be a good idea, but I'm going to go for Panzer IV. 566 days. That's gonna be huge if we have that, because this guy 14 heart attack, this guy 19.9 heart attack, this guy 15 soft attack, this guy 20 soft attack. We get the armor pushed from these guys. There's a huge difference between these two as well. You can see that the armor between these doubles. So the Leopard is actually really good, way better than the Panzer II. So we're gonna have a real edge if we go with them, and we'll soon get one more research slot that will make up for them. And in 555 days, we're gonna be able to churn out high-tech Panzers that the enemy won't expect, because that's a 1941 tech. Do we have another research bonus for armor? No, we don't. Okay. But I think it's best invested in these two. We can get the Tiger in 41 when we actually meet panzers that need a high heart attack to kill them off. Basically the panzers of the Soviet Union. Because I don't think the other states do have a lot of panzers. I could send some units to nationalist Spain. I'm not sure if it's really worth it. Nah, I won't. I don't really care. How's it going over here with the training? We're still deploying these units too slowly. Come on, what are you missing? Infantry equipment still. Holy crap. Man, that needs to go faster. That definitely needs to go faster. I think I'm going to add another unit or two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need to pump out lots of them. Can I optimize the production in any way? Nope. I mean, I'm going to go for a bit more. Oh, doesn't really matter how we do that. Support equipment is good because we can store that. How much towed artillery do we have? Oh, stop. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. After a brief scare, when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching Howland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident, and this morning their Lockheed Electra touched down in Oakland, California. Ceremony is to be held in the White House next week, where Earhart is to be personally congratulated for her feat by the president. Ooh, holy cow! So she didn't die in the Pacific. Interesting. I like that the game has these sort of alternate history events that can go either way. We saw the Hindenburg earlier, and that also can go either way. I've seen the Hindenburg not go down, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's one of the aspects that I really love about the Paradox games. They can really go there and do stuff like what would happen if. So we got 679 units, and each of our units needs 24 artillery. So we got roughly artillery for 30 units. So we can definitely cut back on the artillery. We don't need that much of it. I'm not gonna get rid of that because I really want that production efficiency for later. I can't really cut down on anything, even if I wanted to. It's not gonna happen. That's a shame. It's definitely a shame, but oh well. I mean, I could go down on the support equipment. How much support equipment do we need? 30 as well. And we're definitely producing too much. We're producing 3 per day. Okay. Okay then. Gonna go down to 1 per day. So we're producing 3 per day. I should be fine then, especially if that production line actually reaches the full efficiency. Then we're gonna be able to churn out quite a bit more. Come on, industrial effort. Be done already. Well, that factory is going to be done. I think we wasted that on consumer goods. I mean, we're doing way better than the Allies. They have to waste a lot on consumer goods. If you have a look at it, war economy. They're going to have a civilian economy and have to put 30% of their factories into consumer goods, which still sounds to me like it is rather low, but oh well. As soon as we are at war, any enemy has more than 50% of German Reich's total number of factories. So we can only do that if we are behind. Alright then, that's fine. I have to think about who I'm going to put into that one. I think we should go with him here, Walter Funk, War Industrialist. I mean, I do like the silent workhorse, which is gonna give us a political power, give us more political power. But armaments organizer, yeah, that might also not be bad. Fortifications I'm not keen on because we are going to use panzers. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Walter Funk. Guess that's alright. We can churn out the military factories that much quicker. We'll be done with the industrial effort like 2 days. So, like, nearly instantly. 69 of 70. We definitely need to get our theorist next, I think. And I think we're gonna go with Heinz Guderian, the blitzkrieg theorist, who's gonna increase the speed of our panzers by 10%. And we're also gonna get more army experience. So, alright, now we got the industrial effort too. And we're gonna go for air innovations, obviously, because I really want that extra research slot. It's really important. And yeah, we should be getting there. I do hope that we can. How's our manpower? We're inching towards the Anschluss. We need 550,000 manpower to actually try that. It's still a bit off. Just can't wait for our 2 new panzers. Well, at least the infantry equipment is coming along nicely now. Production efficiency is rising. Gaining more production efficiency each week. That's one of the reasons why I have these light and medium tank production lines. Because we really need them. Not for the actual light tanks and medium tanks, but for the production efficiency. Because if we change them from a smaller one to a bigger one, then we're gonna have a good time. Sadly, I cannot use the army experience to create a variant of my panzers. Instead, I have to use it to create an actually usable division with the medium tanks. Okay, sorry. Marco Polo Bridge incident. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats fear that the volatile situation could result in a war at any time. Interesting times indeed. Yeah, in a lot of my campaigns it's actually been Japan that has been the biggest driver behind world tension, because they are gonna go along in the east very aggressively, very aggressively. And we got to decide if we want to stay with China or if we're gonna stay with Japan. And initially Japan is gonna be pretty strong against China, but we'll see how it goes. That is a puppet of Japan. Ooh, and we're done with the research over here. So now we got 20% more factory output, which is great, and more factories that we can fit into a state. This is still way ahead, so I'm not gonna go after it. That's also not a thing. What can we do? We're still going after the artillery over there. I don't really care about the anti-air or the anti-tank. I mean, we're not going to go with a lot of artillery because we're going to move after the self-driving artillery Hummel over there that you can research separately. Maybe not now though. I mean, I could go for self-driving artillery on the basis of the Hummel Panzer. That might not be bad, putting that into our infantry units instead of the normal artillery. Yeah. Maybe I would like to go after the land doctrines, but we're still missing our blitzkrieg theorist, so that might not be the way to go. I think we're going to go after the maintenance company now, just to be able to construct our panzer units efficiently, because if we have that maintenance unit, it's going to increase the recovery rate and the organization, and we're going to have way more reliability than before, so that's going to be real good. And it's not going to hinder the unit because all support units move at the speed of the division, which is one of the useful things about support artillery in the division. If you have a look into the infantry division, if I were to put in artillery, that would bring the speed down, although nah, not really, right? Come on. What is your speed? Yeah. It doesn't really show me. Maybe it's not a problem here because infantry is slow. We're not going to save that, but our panzer divisions are really fast, right? But if I were to add an artillery, speed would go down to 4 kilometers per hour, just because the division always moves at the speed of the slowest unit in there. So we would lose quite a bit by putting that in there. And now you can either go with the support artillery, which we have in that unit, or you can go with the self-driving artillery, which is basically artillery on a panzer chassis. Yeah, that's going well. That's definitely going well. At some point I have to go for better submarines. That's something that needs to happen. I mean, ultimately I don't want to go that heavily on artillery, so it's not that important, but having it's just a flat-out buff to the units that we already have, so I'm gonna take it. But I guess I'm going to end it here. I think we made good progress in this episode. We're definitely getting somewhere with the construction of our civilian factories. We are moving towards the things that I want, the better panzers and the panzer construction and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting playthrough. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so I can improve. And if you want to see more of this series in the future, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I do hope that you join me next time when we will maybe be able to get the Anschluss with Austria. Let's hope so. And we generally try to build more units and slowly but surely move towards war. Hope you join me for that. Thanks and bye bye.